Hello, this is kind of an unscripted video talking about my Noteblock machine and how to make a custom song with it. And sorry about the audio, I am recording this on my phone because my mic blew up. So step one when you get this machine in your world is you want to strip it bare. Remove all of the Noteblock loops that you see and keep all of the components up here except for maybe this green line right here. Because this green line and this thing up here are specifically made for this machine so that it can reset some of the T flip-flop circuits like this one and this one in case you mess with the machine while it's playing, so that way it can still play the correct song. Alright, after you're done removing all of the non-essential components like the coronavirus, you can start going over the anatomy of this. So this is the main loop right here. So if I turn the loop on, you can see it going. So as you can see, this cycles 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, back to 1, and it cycles the loop. So the loop itself, you want to clear all of the glass from it, but do not clear this composter right here. This composter is important because it is what allows the machine to detect once it's looped. Without the composter, it can't detect where it is in the timeline, so the restart process won't work. The restart process pauses the loop, pauses its ability to play, and then cycles it until this comparator detects the composter, and then stops it super quick. This can happen while the loop's on and while the loop's off. So as you can see, the loop kicks back on, and it starts cycling again. So I have a few test note blocks here just to show that whenever this piston fires, you'll hear a song, or a sound rather. So if you program something to play when this part of the loop is cycled, you'll see that that turns the signal off, which retracts this piston. This purple line right here is what plays all of the loops simultaneously. So every single thing that has a piston retracted is connected right here. But this one does not have a piston retracted, so it's not connected to this signal bus. So when this loop fires, this one should play. Let's go ahead and do a test firing of the loop with this button right here. You hear it? You can simulate a rotation of this drum with this little circuit right here. Perfect. So in terms of coding, you figure out what loops you have down there, and then replace them with glass here, and then cycle the tape. And if you need to test it, say you're testing how a part of your song sounds, you just press the button. Yippee! So what I did here, I didn't do this for any of the previous songs, but I made a little loop in Noteblock Studio. It's of this song called Funky Stars by Quasar. I don't know, I just like the song. It's just the beginning part, and it's just a few instruments, but it'll just demonstrate the point. I made this in Noteblock Studio. You don't have to do this. What I did for the other songs is pretty much, I'll get the song into a software of my choice, like here I'm using DaVinci, but you can use Audacity, you can use whatever. And I'll just cut it up and cut it into however long sections I want. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it's just to get the idea of what you need to recreate. So for this one, it's just the doo 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 doo. And then as the instruments get added, you can just start turning up lines. So now that we're back in game, you want to just build out your first loop. Once you have that done, hook it up to a clock so that you can loop it constantly. And you can start extending the lines out and creating more instruments. You just need to paste them onto the machine. Alright, now that all of the loops are on the tracks and they are all timed correctly, I can go and start programming. Also, one quick note, I put some of the louder instruments in the back and below, like the drums and the bit, because they won't be as loud from up here, and I wanted the main melody to stand out a bit more. Now that you've programmed your song, all you need to do is set your clock to the correct timing, and your song should be good to go. Let's listen to it.